Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Drinks with Johnny. A very special happy Halloween from all of us here to you. It is Halloween today, the greatest day of the year, in my opinion. And I'm joined by, it looks like Peter Venkman here today. How you doing today?
Doing great. I love that you wore the scariest costume that you had in your closet. Fucking terrifying, dude.
Thank you. I know.
Yeah.
This is the real deal. What's going on with my face?
What's going on, dude? You love Halloween. Like,
I love
for
it.
years, like I would come to your house and see the decorations everywhere, and I know that like this is a special day for you. So I'm excited to share it.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited. Had a great weekend. Started off like the Halloween celebrations actually last weekend with the club, country club party, and then this weekend had a neighborhood party that we went to and a couple other things. So I got to wear some pretty fun costumes so far. How about you, man? Have you been celebrating yet this weekend?
Nah, dude, I just got back into the country. I've been in England
that's
for a
right.
week.
Why did I forget that? I
Yeah.
just that's my narcissism right there. Is I just completely forget that you were away dealing with personal family issues in England, and that's me. That's me right there, people.
No, weird enough. So we flew back into Miami, and like, dude, it's so weird being in Miami where it's sunny and beachy and beautiful, but like everyone's doing their Halloween celebrations, and it's so weird just to see Halloween with just good weather. I'm in Pennsylvania, dude. I grew up in PA for over 25 years, where it always snowed on Halloween. So like it's just a weird dynamic to see that.
Yeah, well, I'm in Southern California as well, so
Yeah, fuck yourself.
It's like same as like I think it's 80 degrees today on Halloween.
Fuck you, dude.
Actually, it's a little too hot. I prefer it a little cooler, especially for Halloween. It happens all the time. We get something called the Santa Ana's winds, and it brushes in from inland Santa Ana to get some crazy winds, and it just pushes everything this way. It always ends up making it hotter because it's like inland heat coming to the coast. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I'm excited also today because we have good friend Spencer Charnas from Ice Nine Kills coming on the show for the second time. He was on here 2 years ago for Halloween. As I know that he's a big horror fan, ties into it. I know he's a big Halloween fan, and hit him up and was like, hey, it's been a couple years. I'm sure there's some shit we could catch up on and see what Ice Nine Kills is up to. And also, I know a little later in the show, Brandon, you've put together a little bit of a bracket, a little bit of a Halloween bracket for us.
You say a little later in the show, brother. We got like 68 people to get through on this thing. It's
well, we got to catch up with Spencer first. I don't want to go straight into it.
Yeah. But we do have a fun little. I guess we're gonna be crowning like the true king or queen of Halloween and horror.
Yeah. No, I'm excited to see what you put together, man. I mean, I know you sent me a picture of it and everything like that, but you know. Actually going through it. I'm excited. Yeah,
we did March Madness style, on my flight home from London. I was bored as shit and needed something to do. So this is what we came up with.
Man, so good. Yeah, no, Halloween, I started catching up on some horror movies I'm excited to talk about with you guys. Did you ever, speak of the devil, here he comes. Spencer Charnas coming into the house. 1 second.
Can you hear me, guys?
I can hear you perfectly. How are you today, Spencer?
Amazing, man. Sorry for my tardiness. Us rock stars in our complicated shoes.
I love it already. I love the outfit. I love the scream guy in the back, Ghostface. This is fantastic. You got it, man. Hey, you look great.
Thank you. I've been awake for about 6 months, so I appreciate that.
Yeah. Awake for 6 months.
It's been a long haul.
Yeah. I'll bet, man. Well, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, too. I'm going to put on the air really quick before I die in this Ralph Lauren robe here.
That robe looks a little warm. You're probably going to you're gonna want to put on some AC there.
I operate at 63 degrees usually. Really does me right.
I just want to let you know we actually are already recording in case you didn't realize that.
Oh, I'm quite aware. I know what's going on.
I like that.
Well, good, man. Cheers. Thanks for being here for our Halloween episode again. Last time you were on was 2 years ago.
I know. Time flies, right?
I know. It didn't seem like that long ago. Right now, I'm starting off with Hi-Fi Sessions, Lagunitas. It's a THC infused seltzer water.
Oh,
Oh, very cool.
nice.
Yeah, I fuck with these things. Like they're very tasty, very
Hmm.
mellow.
I
I
love
enjoy
that.
it. Yeah. All right, man. So let's catch up real quick before we get into this bracket. We got a bracket that Brandon made over here, but
Uh-huh.
I know we got some catching up to do real quick with everything Ice Nine Kills related. Um, First of all, last time I saw you was at the Trinity of Terror. Is that what that with you and Motionless and Black Veil Brides?
Yeah, at the Palladium you came by.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
in LA. Was awesome. Good to
Dude,
have you
great show.
there.
Yeah, yep. It was a lot of fun. I got a little too drunk that night, but it's okay.
It's the Palladium.
I think that's what you're
It's
supposed to do there, right?
it's not the Forum, it's the Palladium.
And then after that, though, like a lot's happened for you guys. You did a lot of shows with Metallica on their stadium run this last summer, right? So I've been in a similar situation a couple times with those guys. What was your experience like?
They've been absolutely so accommodating, so nice to us. And we didn't know what to expect. Metallica's one of the biggest bands of all time. And so you just don't know going in. Like, we knew they would be nice if we saw them. They wouldn't tell us to fuck off or anything, but we didn't know they'd come into our dressing room and be overly outgoing and just so nice to us and made us feel really at home. Invited us to some of the after parties and just talk to us like we're regular dudes. And obviously, as you know, those shows playing with Metallica, who, like you guys, we grew up idolizing. One of my first shows ever was, Load album cycle, like 96 or 97 with my dad at the Boston Garden. So to be on the same bill as them is just, it's absolutely crazy. And I'll never forget getting that call, getting that first call to do a show with them in Vegas, which wasn't part of this world tour. It was just like a one-off show at Allegiant Stadium with them and Greta Van Fleet. And that was, I mean, if it ended there, it would be crazy. Then getting the call to do two more shows with them in Buffalo and Pittsburgh. And then again, if we played three shows with Metallica, I mean, that's like a pipe dream. And then a few months later, the world tour offer. So I can't thank them enough.
Dude, similar story, honestly.
Yeah.
96 Load Tour, I saw them. It was my very first concert here at the Forum. And then, and then fast forward to 2006, I think was the first tour that we did with them. And then in Europe. And then the stadium, similar thing that we opened up the Viking Stadium before they started their very first stadium tour in 2017, which they gave us the offer on that one too. So like that's weird how very similar it is. He did the one off and then got offered the world tour. So that's sick, man.
Yeah, I think they're making sure that we didn't suck, right?
That was your audition. That was your audition.
Yeah. So I guess we both didn't suck. That's good.
Yeah.
But I
We did
think
all right.
we did all right. What do you want? It's a good shot. What do you want? But yeah, I think that's cool that we definitely do have similar stories. I think we talked about that last time too, that we
Yeah.
can come from a similar
You have a
um
memory of what we talked about last time. That's really good, dude. I mean, I remember like bits and pieces, but like if
I
you remember
remember what
what it
you
was
were
too, it was like,
wearing. You were wearing that button-down shirt that I got you for your birthday, I think. The
no.
same
Yep.
the same sweater you were wearing the day we met. We met at Starbucks, right?
Yes,
I'm
yes,
just
I
I'm just
remember.
fucking I'm just fucking
No,
with
no, I
you.
remember that. It was you got my name wrong though when you wrote it down on the cup.
I did. I
Yeah.
put Deborah, which
And how you got Deborah out of my nickname at the time, Debrone, I don't understand.
I don't know. I think it was just gravity and the right amount of chai.
Speaking of, what are you drinking in that cup there, buddy?
So right now, I'm working on a little ancient Japanese custom, which is Misfits coffee, cat
Okay.
fight, with a little bit
Wait,
of
wait, wait. The
caramel.
Misfits coffee is part of the ancient Chinese or Japanese.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
they told me to use Japanese beans, but because, in the valley, I can only get Persian beans and um, Colombian coffee. I have to kind of settle for this.
Okay.
It's sort of my own recreation of a Japanese custom, but I haven't gotten to the Japanese part just yet.
Okay.
And
Gotcha.
then a little bit of Cannibal Corpse um, from Concept Cafe, very nice company. And then tying in the Japanese custom, Nika, which is from the barrel. It was a gift from Emperor Horito when we played in Japan the first time. So it's quite a nice mixture and feels good to be alive.
Wow. Yeah.
Very nice.
Well, cheers. That sounds amazing, man. So the Emperor gave you that whiskey, huh?
Yes, it was a gift from Emperor Horito. He was a
Horito.
fan. And we did a private concert for him and his family at their villa.
Where was that?
They
Where
have
was
a
that
villa in Japan.
They have villas in Japan?
They do. It's
Okay.
a new Hai, I can't pronounce it. Hai is the town or city rather. And yeah, it was an excellent weekend. It was a long weekend. Basically, I say I spent a year there one weekend. And I'll never forget him. He took me aside after the show. He said, I've seen a lot of stars. I'm not going to do the accent. He said, I've seen a lot of bands, a lot of performers in my day. And he said, young man, you have got it. Ugh. That's a true story. Emperor Horito.
And why won't you try his accent?
Because it's just, I don't want to, Twitter can be very punishing in terms of a authentic Japanese accent, and I can't have another DUI this week.
Keanu Reeves got away with it.
He did in the first.
Well, he didn't have an accent. He just did, what was it, 47 Ronin?
Mm.
He was just like the white guy amongst the samurai.
Yeah, he's kind of the same character in The Matrix, right?
Yeah, and John Wick.
I know that's what it looks like, but it's not.
I love Keanu, dude.
Me too, man.
I'm a huge fan.
I've heard nothing but amazing stories about that guy. Like he chipped like out of his own money from The Matrix and gave all the special effects guys like hundreds of thousands of dollars each or something like that.
And speaking on Twitter, I did see on Twitter, like there's somehow on our feed for Drinks with Johnny on Twitter, Brandon, I don't know how this came up, but it's like some fan of Keanu Reeves that shows up on our feed and shows like him on the subway, like standing up for people and letting them sit down and like just being like a really helpful dude out on the streets of New York. It's really wild.
What a guy. Really cool. I've seen that with like Ryan Gosling as well, stuff like that, like breaking up like a street fight. So I'm thinking about staging some stuff to make me look like really nice, like breaking up a fight and saving a kid or from a burning building, and then put it up like found footage.
Yeah, and obviously you want to be able to divert all the attention of your DUI this week away from you.
That's right. That's right. That's the second one this week. Which is a record. Which is a record apparently in Silver Lake.
I somehow doubt that's a record in Silver Lake.
Well, usually the next infraction is with mescaline. That's why it's
okay.
The second one is usually it goes from
is that what
mescaline.
Is that what Ghostface is filled with back there? Little mescaline?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't have it another way.
Yes.
It's got to be mescaline with that Ghostface.
Well, another thing that I know happened over the last bit of time is our mutual friend Doc Coyle joined the band.
Oh yeah, he's the best,
dude. And how did that come to be? I know he was out with Bad Wolves. Now that you guys have a little bit of downtime, I know he's doing more God forbid stuff. So walk me through how you and Doc, how you brought Doc into the fold for Ice Nine Kills.
I feel like, the story with Doc is kind of the story with how everyone becomes friends with him. He's just such a nice guy, so personable. And we had so many mutual friends and we always just hit it off. He's like one of those guys. You meet him for the first time and you feel like you've known him for years. And when it came time to start touring again, our guitarist Dan Sugarman had thyroid cancer. And he's thankfully recovered, made a full recovery. But we needed someone to fill in. And him and our friend Miles Dimitri Baker, who is another fantastic guitarist, stepped in and just absolutely slayed it.
Dude,
And it's
that's
just so
awesome.
fun touring with them. And yeah, I can't say enough good things about those guys.
Well, I'm glad Dan made a full recovery there. That's great news there.
Yeah,
But
scary stuff.
so is that then? So is Doc and Miles are just temporary then? Are they ready to come back, or how long do you think they'll?
I think Dan's made a full cut recovery. We just haven't had enough time to get him back in the mix. So he'll probably start playing shows with us come next year, come
Okay.
top of the next year. So yeah, for now it's just kind of a temporary thing. But we like to have people on the a good bench in case these things happen. Such is life. But they've
Right,
been
right.
a great addition.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I love Doc. Known him for years, back in the God forbid days, and then he came on the show not that long ago, right? When was that?
About
It was
a
like
year
last
ago.
year or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. He actually came down to the house, which we got to have you down to the house, man. I know
I
we put this
know,
one together
man.
last minute, but like it would have been next time. Next time you're coming down to the house.
Next
And
time. I love the silence mask in the background, by the way.
yeah, you like that? Yeah, you guys
That
sent
looks
me a bunch
great.
of. Yeah, you sent me a bunch of stuff. I don't know if you remember. You sent me some merch, and I dressed my son up in it and sent you a little video.
Oh, I remember that. That's awesome. And
He
that's your
loved
son.
the.
Is that your son?
Yeah, that's him.
Dude, he looks great. He's so fit.
Yeah, I mean, he was looking a little chunky, and I had to tell him, and thankfully he took my advice and went the other route, obviously. So he's
He
looking
looks
good
great.
now. He's very healthy. Um, I even let he's been so good. I even let him start drinking. So he's got his red wine up there. I don't know if you could see,
Oh, I see it.
but he's it's good for his heart health.
A nice murder low is what we call it.
That's exactly right. Murder low. I love it.
Did not even notice the wine back there. That's great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I put it together well. It was a Halloween edition, and I didn't like fully decorate this year because I just
Yeah.
got back from tour, so I did some decoration. I did about half of my decorations, and we're not throwing a party this year. So, anyways,
Well, I was going to take this time to invite you live. I don't want to put you on the spot. We're doing sort of a last minute Halloween get together at my place. We just moved in a few weeks back. Tomorrow, if you're available.
oh
Stop on
shit,
by.
I would love to, but we're doing our thing here. I got my 6.5-year-old. We're gonna do, we got a taco truck because it's Tuesday, so we got.
Oh, that's what
Taco
we're doing
Tuesday.
too.
Really? That's awesome.
Listen, I don't want to impose, but I think cancel your plans. Tell your son it's been real. But
Yeah.
I'm going to Spencer's. But
Yeah.
bring him. Bring him
Yeah.
next year.
Next year we'll plan it. I'm trying to get the wife back into the idea. We've missed the last 2 years in a row of our Halloween party just because life gets in the way sometimes. And I was just like, but next year I'm like, we got to do it like for real again, like big thing. So hopefully next year, and you'll be invited if you're around. Speaking
Yeah,
of
I would
next
love
year,
to.
you guys was just listening to your remake. What is the new version of Welcome to Horrorwood? Is it Under Fire? What is this release that was just like last week or something?
It's a deluxe issue of the album, reissue of
Okay.
the album with a new song called Meet and Greet, which is an ode to Dr. Lecter.
Mm.
And it includes that new song, an acoustic version of the shower scene, a sort of house remix of Rainy Day, which is really cool because I don't even like that kind of music. Like I don't like EDM, but I liked what this guy did with it. And
Who was that?
also, his name's Splinter.
Okay.
Goes by Splinter. I don't think that's his given name, but it's
Are you
like
sure?
like a Neo kind of a
Splinter.
thing.
Splinter was the rat in Ninja Turtles, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
The
So it
very
could've been
wise,
yeah.
and he's very similar in terms of he's very frail, like Splinter. So when
But that's all you
yeah.
really need when you're pushing buttons and
Yeah,
swapping records, right? Like it's all right
Yeah.
here.
So we met him at Intelligentsia, and he kind of came in
Just
like
came
that.
in.
And I said, I don't need it. I don't need to hear more. let's get you in the studio. And he fucking nailed it, just
It's a
because,
wise
right, because the
choice.
buttons are made
He's
for
got a
when you
fader right here. He's got a couple
hmm
buttons, a couple records, I'm sure, going back and forth.
He
And it
killed
was
it.
on
And
rainy day. It was on rainy day because I just listened. I went on a jog before we started this. I gotta get my jog on in the morning sometimes,
of
especially if
course,
I'm going to be drinking this early. So I like to get that done first, and
before the
then
mescaline.
before it kicks in. I mean,
Yeah.
I take the mescaline first, but then I start the jog. So I get a runner's high and a mescaline high at about the same mile. It's down to a science at this point.
Very Jordan Belfort of
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
But yeah, so I was listening to it because I was like, wait a minute, and then I didn't get to the deluxe part of it yet. My run was not long enough apparently, so I didn't hear those things yet. But I was listening back to it because it had been a while. I mean, 2 years ago that record was just coming out when you were on the show,
Yes.
and I
That
was
week, I
singing the
think.
praises. Yeah, it came out that week, and I was singing the praises. And since then, I've been able to. I mean, it came out that week, so I was just fresh with it. But since then, I've texted you numerous times over, like when I'm listening to it, just going back to that album. It's so fucking good. Like
Thank you, man.
it still holds up to me. I can't believe I forgot to start listening to it before Halloween. I'll be playing it in the background tomorrow night. And I just got to ask, like, it's been a couple years now. Are you working on new music, or you got something coming next year?
Yeah, well, we've been working the last couple months on that new song that we put out on the
Mm-hmm.
reissue, and we've kind of just been over the last 3 or 4 months working on the conclusion to our the movie that we set up with Welcome to Horrorwood, which we just premiered in L.A. at this cool Ricardo Montalban theater. Who I remember Ricardo Montalban from being the villain in the original Naked Gun. Remember, he's I must kill the
Oh,
queen. He's
that's
setting
him.
up that's him.
Okay.
Remember, and Leslie
I,
Nielsen
I'm
Burns
really bad
is
with actors' names and shit, so like it goes by. But I mean I know the Naked Gun. I just rewatched it not that long
so
ago too.
good. He's
God,
the
when he
guy
becomes
that has the
Empire,
penthouse.
yes,
Yes. And they even reference Emperor Horito in that same movie.
the same man who gave you the whiskey.
Same man. Well, it was his father at that time
Ah,
because that was in the 80s. But they're all Emperor Horito to me.
ah, okay.
Um, but yeah, the movie premiere was great. We had Bill Moseley reprise his role as Captain Harris, who's hot on my
Sick.
tail after the brutal dismembering of my fiance. And yeah, it was really cool because I'm a musician. We're not really filmmakers, but to be in the theater and to see the reaction live and see, oh, this joke worked better than this joke or this landed and we didn't think, it would work that well. It was cool. It was cool to kind of pretend to be a little bit of a filmmaker in that regard.
Yeah. No, I mean you guys have always done a good job, or you've done a good job with the music videos too. So I think that's a good transition into it, and the way that you guys had built this story throughout the entire album cycle, right? I think that was really good and really smart. And probably, I mean, you could speak to it better than I. It probably set you up for finishing a full motion picture out of it, right?
Absolutely. And that's already something we're thinking about and we're excited to get back after this next tour within this moment and basically write the whole winter. Just take off the winter and put pen to pad.
Awesome, man! I can't wait to hear
But
what happens there. You said you're going to be out with in this moment. Where are you going through Southern California at all?
no, unfortunately not. It's more East Coast, Midwest.
Mm,
Um, Couple Metallica shows thrown in for good measure.
mm.
If you want to fuel up the jet, come. You're always welcome.
Yeah, I mean, I might need to fuel up the jet. It's been a while since I took it out anyway, so it's probably time.
I think it's time to get it off the runway.
Yeah, it's
But
been a minute.
congrats on your new album. Your new album is awesome, man. And I
Oh,
love
thank
the
you, man.
stage show. I love M Shadows on that couch, man. I don't know whose idea was that.
The him starting out the show in the chair. Yeah. I don't really. So he started with the mask. Then there was like a chair at rehearsal. I don't
hmm
remember exactly who initially said something like maybe you should put the chair up there. I think we were joking. We were joking around because like the song is kind of puts it in a perspective like a guy looking back on his entire life and what it all meant and how fast it flashes by. And he's just sitting in a lazy boy, kind of vibe, and recliner. And I sure the joke was thrown around that we should have put a recliner up there and have Matt sitting in it the whole time. And then it turned into that. It was like, oh, but then if he stands up at this moment and it's a big pop for the fans, and he's still wearing the ski mask. It's all the bizarre shit that we got into while we were home for 5 years.
I love that. It all comes out on stage.
Yep. It's got to. It's where it's supposed to come out, right?
Absolutely. And how that tour looked amazing when you were
Very
up with
successful
Falling.
tour.
And who else did you have?
Kim
on there?
Dracula.
Kim Drac.
Yeah.
Who I really, really like. Very strange and cool.
That album's great, isn't it?
So cool.
So
the same guy that did a lot of the songs, or maybe all of the songs, is the same producer that we work with, Drew Falk.
Okay.
And I remember him showing me some stuff before really Kim had released anything. And I was just like, this is fucking cool. Just so strange and just a nice mashup of a bunch of genres you wouldn't think would ever go together. And somehow it just works really well.
I totally agree. And I love that there's a lot of artists doing this now. We talked about it on the show. I've talked about it ad nauseum with my group of friends, but it's so cool to see new young artists blurring all those lines to a very cool degree. Not just for the sake of blurring those lines either. It's like it's very genuine. You can hear that they listen to all that different music and find a way to bring it in. It's not like, oh, what if I was to bring in a funk part in here? It's like, but you actually listen to funk. You can tell you actually listen to funk. It's not just a fake. You're not faking the funk.
Can't fake the funk.
Can't.
That goes without saying.
Yeah, you just shouldn't. You never should. But yeah, no, it was a great tour. Fun. Got to know those guys pretty well. Awesome dudes. It was really crazy. Their first show as Kim Dracula was when we were in Camden, New Jersey, in front of 12 to 15,000 people. They've had other projects back in Australia and Tasmania, so they played shows before, but it was the first Kim Drac show was opening for us in the Camden Amphitheater this summer. That was pretty wild. Because I had heard the rumor that they had never performed in front of a crowd ever, which was incorrect. So I'm glad I corrected that. But I was like, that's your first performance ever? That's rad.
Wow.
I
don't think there were even 12 people at my first performance.
Definitely not mine either.
Yeah. Most people's.
Yeah.
But to be able to give that gift to a band that you really love is awesome, right? It feels good to be able to do that.
No, absolutely. And again, great dudes, great music. And then Falling in Reverse guys, had met Ronnie a couple times, but never hung out. And on this tour, we were able to hang out a bit, and it was great. It was a great tour, honestly.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah. So, all right, I think it's time to go further into Halloween now. Brandon, you want to bring in this bracket?
Let's do this thing.
So I guess you want to explain it because you're the one that set it up.
Yeah, I mean, basically, we're just trying to figure out the real king or queen of Halloween and horror. So we put together this pretty cool bracket here. And I think really there's no one better than you, Spencer, to try to help us determine who earns this honor.
Wow. I appreciate this.
So what are we gauging this on? Because so the brackets we're going to be pinning. Where are we starting with? We're pinning Michael Myers versus Jack Torrance. Torrance, sorry.
Jack Torrance is actually a great new card that's on the market. It comes with a sunroof that was made with an axe. It's really cool.
It actually still has the axe in it, which I thought was a cool way to make this satellite antenna for the TV in the back that you get to watch live TV on.
That's good. I'm surprised you haven't used a soundbite. here's drinks with Johnny, like using that kind of thing.
You want to? Hey, why don't you try that one more time, and then maybe I'll have it.
Here's drinks with Johnny. That's good.
That's good. That's
We
good.
might have
That's
some
great.
Yeah,
I
that
think
one's
we
going.
have
That one's
something.
going. That one's going at the top of the episode for sure. All right. So, what is the criteria we're looking at here, Brandon? I mean, because you got your kill count here, and I mean that's so lopsided. I don't think we can just go off kill counts.
Yeah, I don't think you could go off kill counts. I don't know, man. Like, just base it off the lore of the character itself. We can go critical acclaim of the movies they're in. I don't know, but between these two, I mean, who you got, Michael Myers or Jack Torrance?
What is Jack Torrance kill count too? I thought he only killed one person.
Don't take these kill counts as accuracy here.
Okay.
Base this off of Chat GPT.
Well, I think maybe there's two people who die in the movie, so I guess maybe he's included in that too. That 134 is correct, though. I'm just kidding. I don't actually know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to fact check these things, dude. Spencer, when Brandon or Sam put together these things, I often have huge gripes with the accuracy and fact checks on them.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that might happen again here.
Yeah.
Just delete my comment. I'm such a prick.
I don't stand
way.
by the accuracy of this at all.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, let's.
And
debate
I'm sorry. Let me stop the show. That picture of Jack Nicholson, that is from Anger Management, not The Shining, isn't it?
Dude. I mean, it could be.
I love that movie, by the way.
Oh, Anger Management. I just saw it
So
on the
good.
plane. It was on the plane the other day. I was watching.
I need for you to retard your anger, okay?
So good.
Shit.
All right, so let's bring this out. Let's start the debate here because we got a lot to go through. We got Michael Myers and Jack Torrance. Obviously, Jack Torrance of The Shining, Michael Myers of the Halloween franchise. I mean, it's tough for me because if you're going off acting, obviously, you got to give it to Jack. You got to give it, the real scare of it all. The Shining. I mean, it's such a great movie, but it's only one versus a franchise killer over here. And one of the greatest. I mean, going back to the first Halloween in the early 70s, I mean, it's still got to be one of the top rated fucking horror movies of all time.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
I
dude, you
personally
can't
got to give
kill-
it to Michael Myers in this one, just because you got longevity here. You got longevity. You've got the reinvention. Yeah, I'm gonna go Michael Myers. Where are you gonna go with this, Spencer?
100%. It's not even a question. Obviously, you do have to tip your hat to Norman Bates, because without Norman Bates and without Psycho, you would not have Michael Myers. I mean, some of the characters in Halloween are direct influences, direct references and homages to Psycho. Dr. Sam Loomis is a reference to one of the characters in Psycho. And one of the main reasons Jamie Lee Curtis was cast in Halloween is because her mother, Janet Leigh, is the first person killed in Psycho. So you gotta respect where respect is due.
Damn, man, you're just spitting knowledge over here that I didn't even realize, man. This is why you're the perfect guest for this.
By the way, these all aren't made up facts. No, I'm just kidding. That's real.
Those ones seem a little too real there, Spencer. I've seen you doing all your Comic Cons with all these actors and everything. So I'm sure you have a lot of backing to it.
My mind is absolutely blown with the convention stuff. Just on a Michael Myers tangent. Last weekend, I was in Kentucky for this convention called Scarefest, and as you said, like, these people that do the cons, these actors, these people I've looked up to have become like friends of mine. So I'm sitting at a dinner and I'm having a conversation just with my friends. I realize I'm there with Nick Castle, the original Michael Myers, and James Jude Courtney, who plays Michael in the last 3 movies that were awesome. I'm like, and they're asking me about our band and stuff, and I'm like, it's mind blowing. So
yeah,
even if I didn't like Halloween as much, I need to give it to that. Just on that merit alone, but good thing I do like Michael. He's the only one I've seen take a shotgun and stick it through a woman and impale her on a ceiling or a wall, which to me is, art.
I agree. All right, so we got a lot to get through. What's our next? What's our
Go on,
next
Michael.
matchup?
Well, funny enough, you brought up Norman Bates because we got Norman Bates and Carrie White.
Ooh, I think this is another easy one. I mean, I love Carrie, I do, but Norman Bates. I mean, how are you gonna go against that? I mean, for me, I'm picking Bates on this one. Carrie, amazing movie, amazing scene with all at the prom. But I'm saying Norman Bates. You're already putting it in. Spencer hasn't even said anything yet.
I know. Well, I agree with you. So, I mean, it's going to happen. But yeah, Spencer, what's your take here?
I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm going to go with Carrie.
Oh,
Okay.
I love Psycho.
Yes.
I probably like Psycho, the film, more than I do Carrie. But
Right.
I just think it was one of those game changers in the genre to give the villain this supernatural telekinetic power. I mean, it's the genius of Stephen King. And I'll say this. My favorite jump scare of all time is Friday the 13th, part one, where Jason comes out of the water, right? She's on the canoe. And that would not have happened without the jump scare at the end of Carrie when the hand comes out of the grave.
Right.
So for those reasons, I'm going with Carrie. And I love her mother.
Valid points. You bring up valid points. I mean,
they're all going to laugh at you, which I remember from the Adam Sandler record.
Yes. No, I'm not going to laugh at you.
I'm going to laugh at you.
All right, so even though you disagreed with us, Spencer, and you have good reasons for it, we're still going to put Norman Bates in there because that was a 2-1 vote.
That's right. I'm going down. I'll go down.
All right.
Here we go. We got
Herbert West and Dr. What is that one? I don't even know
Dr.
that one.
Caligari. Was it the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari? Never seen it.
That was George W.'s chief of staff, no? Or no?
Herbert West looked like he could have been the chief of staff.
Right.
I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know either of these.
Yeah.
Oh, Herbert West is a reanimator.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw that.
It's a good one. It's an H.P. Lovecraft adaptation.
I gotta take myself out of this one because I don't think I can accurately. I mean, what am I supposed to base it off? These pictures? I've never seen either of these movies, so
Could just lie.
Yeah. Lie.
Oh, okay. I'm good at lying. So
Yeah.
So Herbert West, the way that he would subdue his killers with the syringe there, I thought was a really nice. I don't know. I can't keep going.
No, that's good. No, you had it. You had it. Just let it affect you. Remember, as George Costanza said, it's not a lie, Jerry, if you believe it.
Yes. God, such good references. God, it's great. No, Herbert West, man, he definitely subdued some guys. Tried to do some weird ass experiments on them, which I always enjoy. When there's a good experiment happening and really get the dark side of and brilliance of a killer like that. And then you got another doctor over here. You got a professor versus a doctor. Obviously, this movie is quite a bit older. So I imagine it definitely had a good start to its horror genre. But I'm gonna go with Herbert West.
That's fair. I think just from like a doctor and medical standpoint, because Herbert West looks a little younger than Dr. Caligari, he probably knows a little bit more in the medicinal world since things and practices have evolved. So I'm gonna go Herbert West as well.
I'm not gonna mince words here. Herbert West means a lot to me emotionally. Jeffrey Combs, fantastic portrayal, Reanimator, and shout out to my friend Joe Lynch who just made another great H.P. Lovecraft adaptation called Suitable Flesh, starring Heather Graham, erotic thriller, highly suggested.
With Heather Graham too. All right.
Heather Graham and Barbara Crampton, who also produced Suitable Flesh and who also starred with Mr. Herbert West, Jeffrey Combs, in Reanimator. Dr. Caligari, it's pronounced, very similar to Emperor Horito, As everyone knows, that was a NBC made-for-TV movie about the O.J. Simpson trial.
Mm.
And
That's what it was.
it was that, and it implicated Dr. Cagliari as the actual murderer. And I don't know, I just didn't
And the
vibe with
glove
that.
fit. The glove did fit.
It did,
Yeah.
but he didn't acquit. So
Mm.
I'm gonna have to give it to Herbert West, and the doctor could go fuck himself.
Love that.
I already know what I'm going with this one.
Yeah, I knew you would. I kind of figured here.
This is a hands down for me. Ash Williams, of course.
Yeah.
Great Bruce Campbell. That he is holding it up right there to inform everyone this is his boomstick. And I mean, I gotta go with it. Army of Darkness, Evil Dead. These are some of my all-time favorite horror movies in the genre. So I'm going Ash Williams on this. I'm not even gonna speak of The Thing.
Have you seen The Thing?
It's been a lot of years. I saw it as a teenager, I believe, and I actually think I'm
Right.
supposed to rewatch it with shout out to Tay, part of our Filthy Animal Discord. Last year she won a contest. We were supposed to watch a movie together, and I believe she wanted to watch The Thing. And I still have not done that. I apologize.
Dude, it's been a year.
Yeah, I know. I'm horrible, but
Love that.
she's still part of it. We'll still get it.
Nice.
Spencer,
Yeah.
where are you going with this one?
I'm gonna have to give it up to Mr. Ash Williams and Bruce Campbell from the Evil Dead series. One of my first horror movies I ever saw in the theater was Army of Darkness. My dad took me to that. I saw that before I even saw any of the Evil Dead 1 or 2, and
Same.
blew me away. I was at a screening of the new Evil Dead that Bruce Campbell came out and introed in person, and he's just
Whoa.
so hysterical, that guy. He said to the audience, anyone bring their kids today? Anyone brought their kids to the screening tonight? And some woman, happily raised her hands. Yeah, I'm here with my 8-year-old. He goes, yeah, you're a shitty fucking parent. You see that? You're a shitty fucking parent. Where's child services? You're fucking horrible.
Yeah,
So
because
funny.
the Evil Dead Rising, I saw that in the theaters too. It was great, by the way. I thought it was awesome.
Very cool.
But yeah, it happens to revolve around the children. So to bring kids to that one is it's a bit of a head scratcher for sure. We got Frankenstein, Boris Karloff as Frankenstein, I see, and Otis Driftwood. This is tough for me.
I know. Otis Driftwood's probably one of my favorite horror characters. Love it. Devil's Rejects, great movie.
Yes.
I don't know, man.
It's a great one. I think I got to go with the classic, though. I mean, I got
Frankenstein.
Boris right here on my arm. I'm gonna go Frankenstein just because, man, the longevity of that character, everything about it was, I dressed up as Frankenstein one year as a kid in Halloween. It's he's Frankenstein's a Halloween staple, and we're talking Halloween today. So I'm going to actually let me correct that. That's actually Frankenstein's monster, just so
Yes.
everyone knows that. Of course,
Frankenstein.
Frederick Frankenstein.
He must have a tremendous Flaschenflucher. Nice set of
Young
knockers you got
Frankenstein
there.
is so good. Yeah. I could fix that hump for you.
What hump?
All right, I've voted mine in. What do you guys say?
I'm going Otis, so you got to be the tiebreaker here, Spence.
Well, as you guys know, I'm probably extremely biased because
Yes.
Otis is portrayed by the brilliant Bill Moseley, who is part of the Inc. Welcome to Horrorwood cinematic universe. He plays Captain Harris.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was writing the script with my writing partner, Andrew, we knew that he had to be Captain Harris. We consider him the Charlton Heston of evil, Bill Moseley. And his monologues in House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects, I mean, classic, I am the devil, and I'm here to do the devil's work. Like him, he's just so scary. And obviously, Cheese Chop Top from Texas Chainsaw, and Yeah, I like Frankenstein, but to me, we referenced a second ago, Young Frankenstein to me is better. I like. I'm not even as.
I'm not gonna go back on you on that one because I kind of agree. Younger Frankenstein's a fucking brilliant
Dude,
movie.
Mel Brooks is great,
Yeah.
Mel Brooks is responsible for me saying this as well. I don't really like Star Wars as much as Spaceballs. You know,
Ooh,
Spaceballs is just dark. Dark Helmet, dude. So
Dark
I'm gonna
Helmet.
have to go with Mr. Otis Driftwood,
Okay, okay,
and
that's
hope it
fair.
doesn't rust the barrel because he puts the gun on the woman. Like,
Yeah,
oh, I could smell your wife on my gun here. Hopefully, it didn't rust the barrel.
such fucking good line,
Fucked up.
dude. You got all the good ones, man. It's fucking fantastic. Damien Thorne versus Samara Morrigan. It's this one's pretty easy for me. I liked what is it? What was that one called? The Ring, right?
The Ring. Yeah.
It's a cool character.
Did you see the new one, the Nuva Ring? Did you see that one?
Yeah, I did. I
It's
think if you
inserted.
count it's inserted, and if you count that one's kill count, it's much higher than 30, like for
Much
sure.
higher. And
Yeah,
if you can feel it, it means that you got a nice thing. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
good.
You can feel it,
Sorry.
Spencer.
Oh, I can feel right now. You got the touch. You got the power.
Back to this though.
Sorry.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go, Damien. I mean, The Omen. It's all for you, Damien. I mean, so creepy in so many ways, and done such a well done movie. And Damien's just so fucking creepy.
So
Yeah,
good.
I'm going Damien on this one. What
I
say
gotta
you,
agree.
gentlemen?
I got to agree on Damien. The Ring, I remember when that came out, it was terrifying for like a week, but Damien, there's just something about the Omen that just is unsettling and just kind of lives with you. I don't
It
know.
was it unsettling for a week because that's how long you thought you had to live after watching the movie?
Yeah, that's what
Pretty
I was
much,
thinking
yeah.
too.
Yeah. Then after that, I was like, oh, fuck, I'm fine. So, all right.
I'm gonna have to go with Damien as well. I mean, the thing that I remember most from that movie is that decapitation.
Oh, God,
That
yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's just like one of the great early '70s practical effect that I remember seeing, and
It was
I
shocking.
think
It was
that's
just it
yeah,
was so fast. It happened so fast, especially for movies in that time. Like not even just horror, but just like movies in general. But then for it to happen that quickly in a horror movie too is, I thought, very brilliant.
yeah, and you see it in real time. So going with that.
Dracula versus the Gill Man. Oh man, both fantastic. Both fantastic.
Fantastic. I'm a little younger, so Johnny, I think this is more from your era. I'm not sure.
Wow, dude, I ain't that fucking old, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Again, I got Dracula. I got
You do.
Boris right here on my arm. Boris Karloff. I'm sorry, not Boris. God damn, why did I say that? Bela Lugosi.
Bela.
Yeah, why did I say? I was still thinking about Boris. No, Bela Lugosi right here on my arm. Also as Dracula. We could go another route with this one too. You could go Dracula Dead and Loving It.
That's what
And,
I would say as well.
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks is
again,
great in that.
so
She's
good.
almost dead.
That movie's amazing as well.
So
I'm
good.
British. I'm British. So are these.
Oh man, Dude, Mel Brooks always casting the babes. Mel Brooks.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
He wasn't fucking around. He knew what he was
No,
doing.
he was not.
Yeah. Get back to the debate here. The creature.
She's Nosferatu. She's Italian.
Wait, put him in a straitjacket and then give him an enema. Oh god, that movie's so good. We could go on for hours on that one.
Renfield.
The creature from the Black Lagoon or Dracula. I gotta go classic. I gotta, I'm going Dracula. It's on my arm. What say you guys?
Nah, you gotta go Dracula, dude. Like, how many Dracula movies are there? How many Dracula costumes do you see every year? Like, that's classic, just
Yeah.
Halloween. Gilman, I don't know.
I agree,
Dracula.
boys.
You agree? All right, we're unanimous on that one. All right, cool. Moving on. Hannibal Lecter and Leatherface. Ooh. Now
That's tough.
there's a toughie. Oh man.
It's tough.
So Leatherface, I'll start off by saying how much I love the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. And was it the second one where they're the creepy families around the table, right? That's in the second one, I believe. That one might have been my favorite one.
With Bill Moseley as Drop
Yes.
Top.
Yes, exactly. You know what I'm talking about, Spence. Yeah, it's incredible franchise, but I will say, out of all of them, there are some misses in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie franchise. There are definitely some misses in my opinion. Hannibal Lecter, when you go through Silence of the Lambs, Red Dragon, all those movies, there's not a miss on there. There's just not. And yeah, I'm gonna give it to Hannibal Lecter. I mean, just just from Silence of the Lambs alone, when he's in jail and Jodie Foster's walking down the railing or down the jail cells, gets smacked in the face with semen.
Love that part.
Yeah, and then it's just one of those real, like, when you first saw that, I was like, is that what jail would really be like? Just fucking dudes jerking off and throwing fucking semen at people?
That's what I'm going as for Halloween.
The semen or the guy in the jail cell?
The whole scene.
He's just running around throwing semen.
Yeah, like I play the guy, Miggs. What did Miggs say? I play the seaman and I play Jodie Foster. So it's really a game of cat and mouse.
Yeah, I'm going. Oh, that's so good. I'm going Hannibal Lecter. It's that one's my vote. What do you got?
Dude, it's a tough one for me. I'm going Leatherface though.
Okay.
I like the Texas Chainsaw franchise. The original movie, man, was good.
It was.
It sticks with me.
All right, Spencer, you're the tiebreak.
I love both characters, but to win an Academy Award and only be on screen for 11 minutes in that first one or whatever it is, it's something insane. It was the record, and I believe still holds the record for the shortest amount of scene time for Best Actor, or maybe any award for the Oscars. So I got to give it to Lecter. I like this. I like Leatherface, but Lecter's like the antithesis. He's that sharp, sophisticated, refined palate villain that
I agree.
I'd like to get a bite with.
Oh,
Ooh, dad joke.
There. I liked it.
You.
Cujo and Lubdon. Fuck.
Lubdon. Is that Big Mama's house too? What movie is that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong computer.
Yeah, Leprechaun. I gotta go Leprechaun on it. I mean, it's he's got the character that I love that is scary yet has like the good puns when you're gonna die and stuff like that. Very similar to a Freddy for me. So I'm going Leprechaun. Cujo's terrifying. The book is more scary than the movie, I think. Not that I read very much, but it was.
The cover of the book is scarier.
Yeah, the cover of the book is fucking terrifying. Yeah, I'm going Leprechaun. What do you got, Brando?
I'm in the same boat. Yeah. Leprechaun in the Hood is just a great movie.
Yes. Yes.
So good.
So amazing.
With Jennifer Aniston, right?
Yeah. Jennifer Aniston was in the first one, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Was Courtney Cox?
Oh, I thought she was.
Was it Jennifer Aniston or Courtney Cox? I knew it was a Friends. Speaking of R.I.P. Matthew Perry.
R.I.P. Matthew Perry. I don't remember. I think Jennifer Aniston played the leprechaun in the first one, right? Or no?
Yeah, that was before the surgeries.
Yeah. You did. Leprechaun is spelled wrong there. It's not spelled Lubdan, it's Lepre, but I'm still going to give it to Leprechaun. That's probably the most. That's a very bad misspelling of Leprechaun, but
We're not
Yeah.
good at spelling here. Well,
I
again,
pronounced it wrong
ChatGPT.
because I didn't even know that character's name.
Lube
I
Job.
Lube Job. Lube Job the Leprechaun. Definitely.
Oh my
Oh
god!
man. You got Nosferatu, Count Orlok, and the Crypt Keeper. That's so tough. I like that there's a kill count of 0 for the Crypt Keeper.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
Yeah, he's gotten away with a lot, hasn't he? Yeah, I mean Nosferatu, Count Orlok, silent film, in the horror genre, groundbreaking, amazing. But I gotta go Crypt Keeper just for what I grew up on, watching that on HBO as a show, and then of course having a couple movies made. I mean, I remember watching it, and there was those scenes in between the short stories where the Crypt Keeper. One that I always loved was they're sitting around playing poker, and he's kicking this other zombie, the mummy's ass, and he's like goes all the way down, and they're playing for body parts, and he's just ahead, and he makes the joke, "You need to quit while you're still ahead," and it was brilliant to me as a teenager. So I'm giving it to the Crypt Keeper. I think he's hilarious, awesome, and very good looking.
They're very good looking. Yeah.
Oh, look at that! Put him. That's a good looking dude.
I mean, he definitely has more puns
Gotcha.
than Nosferatu, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Are you going Crypt Keeper?
probably, yeah. I think I have to.
All right.
For me, the Crypt Keeper is one of my favorite horror characters of all time, portrayed brilliantly by John Cassier. And like you, Johnny, I mean, I grew up watching Tales from the Crypt on HBO. I think the first pair of boobs I ever saw was probably in a Tales from the Crypt episode.
Nice.
And everyone knows I love puns. It's very well incorporated into our lyrics, into our song titles, into our tour names. And we were lucky enough to get John Cassier to do the intro for our last tour. So when we play with Metallica and we play headlining shows, he comes out, and I got to write like a whole pun-filled introduction to our show, and then had the Crypt Keeper read it. And then at that premiere that I was talking about a couple weeks ago, John Cassier came, and I had him introduce the movie as the Crypt Keeper on stage. It was fucking amazing.
Amazing. I didn't even realize that. That is so fucking epic.
Oh, yeah.
I got to find that on YouTube. Is it? It's got to be out on YouTube somewhere, right?
Hello, kitties. And I just listen to. Sometimes I'll fall asleep to best puns of the Crypt Keeper, like a 3-hour segment. Just puts me in the right mood. And my favorite pun I think he's done is he did some episode. Tales from the Crypt did an episode about football, and he said something like, "When you're fourth and ghoul," and I was just like, "This guy is such a G."
Yeah, it's so good. I back it. All right, we got Pennywise versus Pumpkinhead. Remind me, which one's Pumpkinhead?
He's the one
guy
with the
right
pumpkin.
Here. Yeah.
Well, I see him. I don't know the fucking movie.
I think the movie's Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, Pumpkinhead.
All right, since I haven't seen that one, and I'd probably give it to Tim Curry anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's
Pennywise.
just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, my son's not even seen any of the Pennywise movies or anything about it, and he still talks about it. So that says it all right there. We float down here. They float down here.
Float.
And I mean, the first one being a made-for-TV movie, 2-part series, and then the remake I thought was really well done, putting in a more theatrical and in a better state, I think. Yep, I'm gonna give it to Pennywise. What say you, Brando?
100% agree. Tim Curry's Pennywise was the first thing to ever scare me as a child. I remember being like 2 years old, standing at the top of the steps, watching it with my parents and not sleeping. I still haven't slept, like I've still been awake from that.
Hell yeah.
Gave me some kind of a complex, I'm sure, deep down. That's why I'm fucked up. So Pennywise it is.
There it is.
100% agree with you guys. I don't even need to say shit other than Tim Curry and Bill Skarsgård.
Mm.
And Seth Green as a child.
That's right.
We got Art the Clown versus Candyman. Okay.
Fuck, that's hard, man. I don't know
Right.
what to do there.
So
Tony Todd,
I just
Candyman.
Art the Clown, that's a
Terrifier.
Terrifier,
Terrifier.
right. So I just watched this on the way home from the Chula Vista show that I did on Thursday night. It was the first time watching it.
The
I gotta
first
be
one
honest.
or part two?
First one. I liked it. I didn't love it. I was like, I don't know. Maybe it got too much hype on.
You got to
I
watch
love
part
gore.
two.
I'm gonna watch part 2 next.
Part two is insane.
See, I like gore, but I was looking for a little bit more substance to why it was there, and that just didn't. Maybe I was
hate
a little
substance.
too drunk and high. Yeah, you do.
I like.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes you just gotta tie a woman upside down and cut.
Yeah, I'm not looking for Citizen fucking Kane here. I want to see Art the Clown rip open someone hanging upside down.
I see the
With
allure
it.
there too, but like I guess I was in the mode where I was like, all right, I like horror movies. It's like I want a little bit of a story. I'm not looking for a lot, just a little bit. I wasn't getting it. Maybe I missed it. I don't know.
I'm friends with the actress who gets sawed in half upside down. Her name's Catherine.
Ah,
Yeah. So I guess we'll be split on this decision, but I respect where you're coming from.
right. So I think I already alluded to it. I'm going Candyman. That's pretty terrifying. I didn't see the remake yet, but
Remake's pretty good. I like
is it?
Yeah, not bad. I
All
saw
right.
they just Terrifier 3 is gonna be a Christmas movie.
Oh, sick.
That's
So
gonna be
see,
awesome.
like but that's already enough substance right there because you're going to tie in the holidays for me. And yep, I would
The
be,
second one has a lot more storyline.
okay.
All the
I'm gonna watch second one.
storyline leads to the filleting of people, but it's still a story.
That's all I'm looking for, man. That's all. Something to follow. Something to follow. All right, you guys got my vote in already. What do you got, Brando?
I'm gonna go Art the Clown, man.
All
No
right.
disrespect to Tony Todd or the original Candyman here, but I gotta go Art.
I think we know
Yeah.
where Spencer was going.
Well, I love both of them, and it's hard because I'm friends with both of these guys. You know, Tony Todd did we put out a book, and the book on tape version or on vinyl, Tony Todd narrates. So he's just
Oh.
got that unbelievable voice. He's an unbelievable
does.
actor. But Art the Clown, you know, David Howard Thornton, amazing actor as well. I guess I'll just have to go with Art just based on body count alone.
Okay.
That's why I'm going there.
Okay. That's
but
fair.
yeah.
That's
They're
fair.
equal. They're equal in my mind.
And by the way, everyone at home, you're listening or watching this right now, you can play along with us. And if you go to YouTube and watch along, why don't you let us know in the comments how you think we're doing so far with these matchups and where you fared on these brackets. Now
Maybe
we got
we'll
what's
post a blank bracket out there too. You can fill out your own and send them to us.
yeah, that's a good idea. And that way everyone knows to go follow Drinks with Johnny everywhere on social media and all that fun stuff, and they can play along and we can see how they all lined up together. Now, I love that Jigsaw has a kill count of 0 on this one as well. That's because that's accurate.
It is accurate. He's never
He
killed
just put him in
anyone.
he just put him in the situations. He didn't do it.
Well, Charles Manson would have a 0 too, right?
Yeah, he would
technically.
have to. He
What
would
a
have to.
pussy. You want something done, you do it yourself.
That's damn right. That's damn right. And Victor Crowley. What is that one?
Hatchet. Great
Uh,
film.
I don't think I've seen that movie all the way through. I think I've only.
You
seen
would
parts of it.
love the gore element is incredible in the first one.
I will. I'm gonna have to get into that. So based on that alone, my obvious one will have to be Jigsaw. Just love those movies. Amazing. Saw franchise. I mean, when I was a teenager, they started with it, and it was like the biggest thing because it was one of those movies that was done like independently by like some college kids and shit, and then just blew up. So I mean, that alone, love the franchise and Jigsaw. I mean,
Saw is that like modern day horror franchise that just kind of survived. You know, if this was
Yeah.
the '80s, that would have been a Halloween or Friday the 13th. But I gotta go.
Absolutely.
I gotta go Jigsaw.
yep, same.
I'm going to be controversial and go Victor Crowley. the first Hatchet I remember seeing, and there was a lot of buzz on the street about it in the horror community because Kane Hodder, who played Jason more than anyone, also played Victor Crowley, and it was sort of hot off the devastation that Kane Hodder wasn't going to be Jason in Freddy vs. Jason. So this was
Mm.
like Kane's comeback, and it's just really well directed by Adam Green. The late John Carl Buechler did the effects. He did. I mean, he did so many movies that I love, from installments of Halloween, Friday 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. I love Victor Crowley, so I'm going Victor, but I'll take the loss. I'll take the
Yeah.
L.
Well, hey, you gave some good answers there, or good reasons rather why.
Yeah.
And I'm glad. I mean, the insight that you have on this. This is why you're here for us here. I
Yeah,
appreciate
I
it.
love that because I would have never known about the Kane Hodder thing. That's
No,
pretty cool
neither did
though.
I. All right, so we got the Creeper and Babadook. What the fuck is the Babadook?
From the movie The Babadook.
I'm going the Creeper. That's Jeepers Creepers, right?
Jeepers Creepers, yeah.
I'm going the Creeper. What say you, Brando?
You know what, dude? You're gonna laugh at me at this one. I've never seen Jeepers Creepers.
Whoa.
Yeah,
You
I
definitely should.
know. I know. That's one of
Those
those
are
ones that's
Couple
just
great movies.
I don't know how it slipped through. I've seen The Babadook. It's an okay movie. It's scary. Um, More like a psychological type of journey.
Mm.
I have to go Babadook though because I've never seen Jeepers Creepers.
All right. Tiebreak goes to Spencer.
I'm going with the Creeper.
Nice.
I like the concept of the Babadook, but when I saw it, all I thought about was killing that little kid because he was so fucking annoying in the car. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, Jeepers
right.
Creepers.
All right. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. We got the Predator versus Wolfman. Ugh. Love the Wolfman. Fantastic movie. Yeah, it's a good one. But I gotta go Predator for me, for my taste. I mean, from the first one with Arnold and Jesse the Body Ventura is in there. Countless other awesome action stars jumping into this more sci-fi horror genre at the time. So, and just really well done. Scary as fuck. I mean, the first time I saw like the heat-seeking like vision, and the line "Want some candy?" Oh my god, that freaked me the fuck out. Oh, that was in the second one though. By the time, yeah, that was in the second one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Predator. What do you got, Brando?
I'm leaning Predator too on this one. I don't know. I think if it came down to a fight in the death, the Predator would beat the Wolfman. So
He's a hunter. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
I went to Halloween Horror Nights this year with a group of friends, and one of them had brought one of their other buddies, and this guy's name was Dane, and I swear he's like looked like he was 6'8". This guy was fucking huge. And so after like a couple hours, we'd start to talk, and I said, "What do you do?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm an actor." And yeah, I was like, "Oh, what have you been in anything recently?" He was like, "Yeah, I played the Predator in Prey."
Sick.
So this guy was really cool, very tall. Name was Dane. But to me, the Predator, the problem there is it always to me just looked like he was getting dental work done, like maybe like a teeth whitening.
It is kind of like that smile game that you play, right?
Yeah. And I just love the lore behind the Wolfman. A lot of people probably will crucify me for saying this, but my favorite Wolfman movie related to the lore is the Jack Nicholson one, Wolf. Him and Michelle Pfeiffer. I love that movie. So I'm going Wolfman.
Okay. Well, you still got outvoted here, but I mean, you brought up a good reason why.
I also wanted to do a skit, kind of in the vein of Alien versus Predator, but call it Alien versus Creditor, and it's like a whole credit union like on Alien's ass about paying his bills. I think there's
Dude.
legs there.
You should sell that to a bank for their Halloween commercial.
It would be amazing.
That would be a very good one. That would be
It would be Chase, right? Because he'd be chasing him. I love that.
There it is. You just tied it
It's
all
genius.
together. Sell it to.
Brilliant.
If you don't, I'm going to.
Fuck. Let's go.
All right, we
in on
got Annabelle
50-50.
and Chucky. We got Annabelle and Chucky.
Come on, is this even serious? Is this serious?
This is silly. This is a silly one. It's Chucky, hands down. I mean,
Yeah, I
That's-
think
that's
that's unanimous
ridiculous.
here.
shout
Not
out
even
to
a
the song
question, dude.
"Salt and Batteries." Love that song.
That's right. Thank you. It was a fun one to make.
I think I picked that like one of the last things I did on Octane. You know, where they have you do like your little takeovers or whatever and pick some
Mhm.
songs. I think I picked that one, if I remember
That's
correctly.
awesome. I want to hear
I love
that.
that song. I love that song. All right, we got Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street. Pazuzu, I don't even know who that is. It wouldn't even matter because Freddy Krueger is probably my all-time favorite. So I'm going Freddy. Brando?
Zuzu is the demon from The Exorcist that possesses the girl.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I realized that. No, that's cool, but I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street's some of my favorites. So yeah, I'm going Freddy.
Yeah, I got to go Freddy on this one.
Freddie.
Freddy.
Yep.
Robert
Freddy all
Englund
day.
is the king. They
Yeah.
tried to do a movie without him. It was a goddamn dumpster fire. Shame
Yes,
on
it
you.
was.
Shame on you.
So silly. All right, we got the Invisible Man and the Mothman. I'm gonna go Invisible Man on this for a few reasons. One, I mean, even when Kevin Bacon plays him later in the remake, just incredible. So creepy. I love the way that they went with it in the 90s. Like he's basically sexually assaults a woman, which I'm not saying is cool, but I'm saying like the idea, the darkness of where you can go with the Invisible Man is definitely a little creepier to me than the Mothman. So I'm gonna go Invisible Man on this. What say you, Brando?
I'm going the Mothman. No
Okay.
reason other than I love Lamp.
That's good.
That's real good, dude.
Invisible Man, hands down. And I even thought that new remake that just came out a couple years ago was incredible.
I don't think I saw that one. Who's
Oh my god.
who's in that?
The chick, that one chick.
Oh, that one. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I had the girl from Handmaid's Tale or Handjob Tale, whatever that TV show
Hand job
is.
tail. Hand job tail for
Yeah.
sure.
Great remake.
You would love it. It's really good. It was a brilliant way to sort of bring it into modern times without being too like on the nose. And I'll say one thing. I was sent a package to promote like the film company was promoting that movie, and they sent me an action figure of the Invisible Man. And you know how it has like, the plastic covering so you could see the actual, there's just nothing in the case. So that was their promotion of the
lovely.
movie. I thought it was genius.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's lovely. All right, we got the Phantom of the Opera versus Gizmo. Okay,
Come on.
this one's a little fun, a little silly. The Phantom of the Opera. I mean, everyone knows the story. It's an incredible play, as well. It's cool. It's a little too romanticized for me. A little too romantic on the side of horror. So just based on that alone, I'm gonna go Gizmo from the Gremlins. Love the Gremlins. So yeah, I'm going Gremlins on this. What say you, Brando?
Gizmo all day long. Yeah.
Yeah,
Phantom of the Opera.
yeah,
Yeah.
you going Phantom?
It's one of my favorites.
Okay.
Love Andrew Lloyd Webber feet, and I just love the music.
The music, I mean, yeah, the movie. I will say that it's a better movie for sure, and a better story, better play, everything like that.
He's a better singer than Gizmo.
That's debatable.
True that. I almost said Gizmo, but I just realized that's me.
Love it. All right, we got Angela Baker versus Tiffany Valentine. This one's a little tough. Not crazy tough for me, a little tough. I'm gonna go Tiffany Valentine. What's the actress's name that does her voice?
Jennifer Tilly.
Tilly, yes. Love
I
Jennifer
just
Tilly.
saw her last weekend or last week. I was lucky enough to go to this little premiere party of the new Chucky episode, and I heard this voice coming from behind me, and needless to say, it was Miss Tilly. Still
Very
killing it.
distinct voice. Very distinct voice. Had a huge crush on her growing up.
Oh, what's the movie where is it with Alec Baldwin and she plays like the veterinarian's wife who ends up sleeping with the guy that captured him and his wife? Super dark. The
Yeah.
Chase, I think it's called. Not
I
The
do.
Chase. The Getaway. I think it's The
Getaway. Is that the name of it? I remember what you're talking about, but yeah. So for those reasons, and because I'm a huge Chucky franchise fan, I'm gonna go Tiffany Valentine. How about you, Brando?
Same. Tiffany Valentine all day. And I've never seen the Sleepaway Camp movies, so
Oh, you got to. I'm
Yeah.
going Angela Baker. It's a great reveal at the end that
Okay.
will leave you wanting more. And I love the
Okay.
actress Felissa Rose who plays Angela Baker. And the band CKY. That's a direct reference to Sleepaway Camp. Can't Kill Yourself. I guess that's where they got it. And then the
Don't think I
singer,
realized that.
guitarist, was such a big fan of Sleepaway Camp through his childhood. Then he ended up marrying Felissa Rose down the line.
Oh, I didn't realize that. We had CKY out with us years ago on our City of Evil tour.
That's badass.
Yeah, it was a fun tour. They're good guys. Ghostface versus Max Caddy. Oh, man. Fuck. The ending. Robert De Niro dying on the river at the end there was one of the craziest things I ever saw. Or the swamp, whatever it was, on the raft as it went down. But Ghostface. I mean, the franchise. I mean, I love the Scream movies. I love
Scream
the
franchises. Dude, I just love that they pull down that fourth
This is
wall,
a tough one for me. What's the name of the movie with Max Caddy in it again?
Fear.
Cape Fear.
Cape Fear, that's what it is. Yeah, God, such a great fucking film, though. That one might be strong enough to go against the entire Scream franchise, in my opinion.
I mean, if there's any help to you here, I know you love professional wrestling. They've used the Max Caddy character multiple times to draw influence from some of the pro wrestlers that we love. Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Max Caddy. Yeah, that just swayed me a little bit. Yeah, I was on the fence, but that swayed me. And again, I go back to Robert De Niro's performance in this film.
Yeah.
And again, like the first time I saw him like freaking out as he knows he's gonna die at the end there is just fucking incredible. So I'm gonna go Max Caddy.
I'm gonna go Ghostface on here.
All right, that's
Me
fair.
too.
I mean, again, I'm so torn on this one.
I mean, he's in my living room right
Yeah,
now.
he's
So I
on-
want to
yeah,
fucking
right.
piss
Kinda
him
have
off.
to. Yeah, and
It's
he's
a
got
tough
his knife.
one.
You know,
Because
and your
everyone
back is to
knows.
him.
Everyone knows famously that Robert De Niro was actually turned down for playing the role of Ghostface in Part 1. So
Yeah,
everyone knows that.
yeah. It was a little too close for Wes to have him on there again. I think it was just
It just didn't work out.
yeah,
I think it was a union thing.
yeah. All right, we got Sam versus Jack Frost. What is Sam?
Trick or Treat.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Trick or Treat. That's like a great sleeper, like anthology movie where it's a bunch of stories that all come together.
Okay. Jack Frost, though. This the one where Keaton played him? Michael Keaton played Jack Frost. I think that was more of like a holiday movie, though.
Yeah, I just remember as a kid trying to rent that movie from the store and getting this movie and not being allowed to watch it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Trick
I'm
or
going to go
treat.
Jack Frost just because I haven't
You're
seen
going
the
Jack
other one.
Frost? I'm going Trick or
going
Treat,
Jack.
man. Sam all day long.
You're going Sam, okay.
Yeah.
Spencer?
Oh, Trick or Treat,
Trick or
Sam.
Treat.
He's just a
Yeah.
badass.
I gotta watch that one then. All right, we got The Strangers versus the Killer Clowns. Oof. I'm gonna go Killer Clowns on this one.
Really?
Yeah, I love that movie. It's so silly and somewhat still fucking scary. Like they're from outer space. It's such a weird, all over the place kind of movie, and I like that. So I'm going Killer Clowns.
I'm going strangers. I like the realism. I like the fact that it could happen. Someone could just break into this house right now and, just start slaying.
I thought that happened like last week.
But it happens often in my neighborhood.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. All right, Spencer, what do you got?
Strangers. I just love that line in the first one. Why us? It was like, because you were home.
Mm.
Ha 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 ha. Funny.
That's pretty good. That's a good argument. All right, I'll take the L on that. Oh man, Laurie Strode versus Vampira. Vampira again. I have on my arm. Plan 9 from Outer Space. But I mean, you're going against Laurie Strode. It's tough. It's tough. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go Laurie. I mean, it's just it's just better. All respect to Vampire and Plan 9 from Outer Space, but yeah, it's got to be Laurie. Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis. What do you got, Banda?
Yeah, hands down the best. One of the best.
All right, we all agree on that one. And what do we got next? Buffalo Bill versus Jason Voorhees. That's a good one. I mean, Buffalo Bill's so iconic with, the tuck, putting the lotion.
Well, Jason did in part 3. He tucked. I think towards the end.
It was a bigger tuck too, as I recall.
Very, very pronounced tuck. From what I remember, from the back especially.
From the back, when you could see all of it in its glory, it was
right, like Ace Ventura.
A couple, yeah, it was. Yes, it was. It was like a second machete, as I recall.
Very Ray Finkel of you.
Finkel and Einhorn. All right,
Einhorn is a man.
I love it. Well, Buffalo Bill's so creepy. So such good liners. Jason Voorhees, no liners because he doesn't speak. But oh my God, is he the fucking one of the greatest? Shit. I got to give it to Jason Voorhees. I mean, we're talking Halloween. Buffalo Bill's a great one, but I got to give it to Jason Voorhees. Yeah, based on Jason X alone.
I was just going to say, Jason X, best movie ever.
Love
it's definitely up there. What do you got?
Oh, am I up?
Yeah. I think you're up, Spencer.
Any day of the week, I'd usually choose Jason. He's one of my favorite characters of all time. But I'm so deeply offended that I'm looking at the Jason from Freddy versus Jason, which, although a movie I love, the worst fucking Jason of all time. In the promo pictures for the movie, he's got the machete like resting on his fucking shoulder, like it's like some sort of a, I don't know, designer fucking purse. Makes me want to die. So Buffalo Bill, that sack tucked way back, big fat lady. And by the way, you got to watch our new video for Meet and Greet because I play Buffalo Bill and Lecter in it, and it's tucked. You can't see it because of the sensors, but I get down there.
So you really tucked it on set?
I tucked on set. They ended up cutting it out, but you can still see the pubic region. So it's pretty good.
Oh man, I kind of want to change my vote just for that, but I'm not going to. The commitment, I love it. All right, Beetlejuice and Jack Skellington. This is a little hokey. I'm gonna throw it out.
You got the gimmick in there.
I'm going Beetlejuice on it. Michael Keaton all day for me. No disrespect to Jack Skellington and Danny Elfman and the crew. It's an amazing movie for the kids especially. I enjoy going to Disneyland every October and seeing the decorations for Nightmare Before Christmas. But I'm gonna go Beetlejuice on this. What say you, Brando?
You know what? Nightmare Before Christmas has been on repeat in this house since at least July, so I got to go Jack Skellington.
Okay. Break the tie. Spencer, what do you got?
Fuck Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm going Beetlejuice.
Hell yeah.
One of the greatest movies ever. Both Elfman scored films.
That's true.
Beetlejuice is the superior one.
I tend to agree. All right. Patrick Bateman.
Oh, wow.
Captain Spaulding. Oh, this is a tough one.
Tough.
That's fucked. Right?
This
is still the first bracket. We're like an hour and a half in on this episode already. This is
We're gonna have to
this is
just
like-
let the fans fill out the rest here.
Patrick Bateman, Captain Spaulding. Goddamn, Captain Spaulding's so fucking good.
Yeah, but Patrick
American
Bateman.
Psycho, though, man, was such a good fucking movie. Like, yeah, and I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go Patrick Bateman. I have to. I mean I love Captain Spaulding. Don't get me wrong. I mean, House of a Thousand Corpses, the carnival scene at the gas station. I mean, it's so brilliant. But you're comparing more or less one brilliant scene to an entire brilliant movie and character, in my opinion. So I'm gonna go Patrick Bateman. What say you, Brando?
Love the Firefly family. Love Captain Spaulding. This is a tough one because I love American Psycho. One of the few movies I actually have like on DVD somewhere in this house.
Bateman. I mean,
Here you
I
go,
love
Bateman.
Sid Haig. I love
Yeah.
Captain Spaulding, but Bateman is a part of me.
Yeah.
And who am I to denounce a part of me? Okay.
Yes. Who am I to denounce a part of me is a very fun line. I like that. All right, we got the nun. Kayoko Saki?
The
What
Grudge.
Oh, Grudge. I never knew the character's
Emperor
name.
Horito.
Ah, is that Harito's daughter?
It is a step. Remember,
Ah.
guys, step counts. Step counts.
I thought it only counted in porn.
Well, when in Rome. When in Rome.
I'm gonna go the nun on this one. The Grudge movies didn't really grab me. I'll be honest. They never really grabbed me. Nothing wrong with them. I'm sure a lot of people out there like them, but they just never grabbed me. So I'm going the nun.
Yeah. I went to Catholic school for 10 years. I've seen the nuns in action. Their rulers hurt. Yeah, nun.
You get your dick
None
smacked
too
with a ruler?
thrilled.
I did get my, you know what? That's a story for another day, but yes.
None time.
None time. All right, let's keep going. Sweeney Todd versus Edward Scissorhands. Interesting. Both played by Johnny Depp, of course. I mean, it's just... Sweeney Todd fits more of the horror category. However, I prefer Edward Scissorhands as a movie.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Not even a question.
I'm going to go Edward Scissorhands and go against the genre a little bit because
Scissors.
I know it's not really a horror movie, so that I might get some flack for that. Sweeney Todd at least is more of a horror movie, but I just like
Yeah,
Edward Scissorhands better. It's just a better
How
movie.
fucking terrifying would it be to see a guy with scissor hands? You know what I mean?
It'd be pretty
like,
terrifying, but he
yeah.
was such a sweetheart, though.
He was. He does have a one kill count.
Yeah. All right. What say you, Brando?
Scissor hands. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Spence?
He kills Michael C. Hall, right? And who's the one who's in Breakfast Club that plays the nerd? Anthony Michael Hall.
Anthony
Right.
Michael Hall. That's right.
Not Michael
right.
C. Hall is from Dexter.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
I was like,
going-
that's yeah.
Scissorhands.
Scissorhands.
Scissorhands,
All right.
yeah.
We're unanimous on that. That makes me feel better about it. All right. Godzilla versus Jaws. I love this one. And I love the kill count by Godzilla.
1.5 million.
You can't top that.
I mean, I'm sure Emperor Horito would definitely have to say Godzilla or Godzilla in this one.
Godzilla.
Gojira.
Godzilla.
Which I love Godzilla. I absolutely love those. I don't think I've seen all the movies. I don't think anyone on the planet has seen all the Godzilla movies. There's just way too many. But the ones I have seen, I absolutely love. But Jaws, I mean, that made everybody think twice about going into the water after seeing that movie. So I'm gonna go with Jaws. I gotta go with Jaws on this one.
Okay. I
What
do a
about
lot
you,
of work
Brando?
with Godzilla, so I have to, just by proxy, go Godzilla.
Okay, all right, Spencer. Let's hear the tie break.
Absolutely gotta fork it over to Jaws.
Yes.
It's just a terrifying premise, and it ruined sharks for everyone. And I think even Steven Spielberg feels bad about that. He gave sharks a bad name.
You really did.
But when you're eating 8-year-old boys on the beach. I mean,
Not
people are
only
going to
that,
start
some of
talking
them.
shit.
The best is when I don't even think Spielberg was involved anymore by the time it got to like Jaws going into like the bumper boats and killing people. I was like, how did the fucking Jaws get in there? Like it was amazing.
He followed her to Hawaii.
Yeah, it
Love
was
that.
it was amazing. It was amazing. All right, Toxic Adventure versus Xenomorph. As much as I love Toxic Adventure, if we're going serious on this, it's got to be Xenomorph, Alien.
Oh, that's Alien.
Yeah.
I thought that was the first
I mean,
Wives
for me,
Club.
it's got to be Xenomorph. Toxic. All due respect to Toxic Avenger, love that, but you know it's got to be Xenomorph for me. What do you say, Brando?
I'm giving it to Toxie.
All right, that's fair. It's fair.
Yeah.
Promo all day. Toxic Avenger. Love that
Yeah.
droopy eye. Very
Yeah.
Jason Voorhees.
Yeah, it is. It is a little bit. It does look like Jason Voorhees without his mask. Let's
Yeah,
be
it
honest.
does, right?
It looks a lot like him without his mask.
Gentlemen, we have hit the end of the first round here.
All right, Paimon versus Pinhead.
Oh, come
I
on.
mean, I mean, this doesn't. This is. I mean, good friend of the show, Doug Bradley, Pinhead came on, was an amazing guest a few years ago. Had a Hellraiser shot with me that we made on fire. So I got to go Pinhead, and I mean I just love the Hellraiser franchise so much. Like it's incredible to me, and the first one is one of the freakiest fucking things I had ever seen. So I'm going Pinhead all day on this one. Brando?
Love Hereditary. Thought it was a great movie. Watched it time after time, but Doug's a homie. We got to give it to Pinhead.
Yep.
Absolutely no question. Doug Bradley is the shit.
Yep.
That movie is just breathtaking. And when I was in London last time, I found the house. Checked out the house.
Really?
Uncle Frank does his business, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. I guess I didn't know that. I got to find that actual house too next time I'm there.
Yep.
Yeah, tell me. I'll text you about that one later. How many more rounds do we have here? Should we try and get through it?
It's up to you, man. We've got this.
Well, you know, we could. That's a lot.
Yeah. What we could do is we could post this up and we could let the audience finish this. You know, it's a nice little Halloween treat.
And I have an early morning driving lesson that I have to go to, so I don't know if I'd be able to get through that.
Is that part of the DUI thing? Okay.
Yeah, it's off but it's under the table.
You're driving under a table?
Pretty much. Drinking and driving under the table.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Fair. Yeah, everyone who's listening or watching this right now, go fill out the rest of our bracket or start your own by going probably Twitter would probably be the easiest one because let's go back and forth. You can find us Drinks with Johnny there. Yeah, and a happy Halloween, everyone. What are you going as today there, Spencer?
Well, I went as Devon Sawa's character from Idle Hands to the party I went to a couple nights ago. You know, he's got the asthma inhaler that's a bowl and bloody shirt, and I just kind of walked around trying to find Jessica Alba.
Did you find her?
No. That's why I got the DUI.
Party. Yeah. What was this party? Where were you at?
Tyler Bates, who's a great composer.
I know Tyler.
He's awesome. Went to his party, and we had just met recently when I did a guest vocal for In This Moment, and my manager was like, "Yo, you're gonna record that at this guy Tyler's house. Here's the address." And as I'm going there, I'm like, "Shit, am I going to Tyler Bates's house?" And I had, been a big fan of his music, everything from, the Rob Zombie stuff to Californication. So it was good to meet him. He's super nice.
You got a pretty nice check, I'm sure, from doing the Avengers stuff that he was doing too.
I'm sure that being composer, working out of your house, that sick studio, living the dream.
Did he show you the is it the violin guitars that he has in the studio?
I think I saw those. I saw a lot of amazing guitars, but I didn't see that one. There's a violin one?
Yeah, it's tuned it's 6 strings, it's tuned like a guitar, but you play it with a bow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. One of the time we met with him to do some work, and it ended up not working out, so we didn't work with him. But he was a really nice guy. We went over to the said studio, and I remember him showing us that thing, and I was like, that thing's pretty rad.
So cool.
Yeah. Brandon, what are you doing for Halloween today?
Ghostbusters, dude. Kid has been on a Ghostbusters kick. Yeah.
Is Owen gonna be Slimer?
No, Ralph is gonna be Slimer. We might paint him green.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very
He
cool.
looks like Slimer. I have a paralyzed French bulldog, so he's on this slope, so he looks like Slimer.
Oh,
yeah,
that's awesome.
And if you take off his diaper, he'll leave a little trail for you too.
Yes, he will.
I love that. That's hot.
Slime trail. Love it.
Yeah. What about you, John?
I'm actually bummed. I'm bummed this year. For actual Halloween, I'm bummed. I had a great costume for a party I went to the other night with my wife. I was Peter Pumpkin Eater with orange spread across my face, and she was a pumpkin. So put that together.
From the Pornhub video? What
yes,
is it?
exactly.
That's a good film, though.
It was a big hit at the party. But yeah, my son, we always dress up. We have family ones for when we're doing trick or treating. And at first, he had a great idea. He was going to be MJF, and I was like, great. I'm going to be Adam Cole, and we'll be better than you, baby. And then, like a month later, he switched. He's like, I want to be Steve. I'm like, who the fuck is Steve? And why do you want to be him? Apparently, it's a Minecraft character. That's just a fucking block, like a block kind of thing. So we had to get that costume. And then I guess I'm going as a creeper with like a onesie. I don't know. I told my wife, I was like, we always take a picture, and I usually post it, like a hard post to Instagram, right? And I'm like, I'll take the picture, but I don't think I'm posting this one. Like, this is just a lame costume. I don't want to do it. That's all I got. I stumped you. I stumped you guys both with that one. That's awesome.
The Menendez twins is also a popular costume this year.
Is it? You seen a couple of them running around LA?
Well, at Spirit of Halloween, they were all sold out. The Menendez twins costumes.
I would love to see that in the Spirit. That would be pretty sick.
So I had to settle for Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, which they had like overstock, I guess. I guess no one wanted to be that.
No one wanted
me.
to be Ted this year, huh?
I don't know. He's a Harvard graduate, right? Or Yale,
right.
Whatever.
Something like that. I don't know. Yeah. Unabomber. That would be that's a good one to bring back, because I don't like, not everyone would remember it. I mean, that was when
probably,
we were
but you
kids.
just wear the hoodie and the glasses, like from this police sketch.
Yeah, but there's probably like some artist on social media that has that exact look that they think you wear.
That's right. It's like MGK like dresses like that now, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's what it is. And on that note, happy Halloween, everyone. Don't go get yourself another DUI, Spencer Charnas. But
Thank
you know,
you.
it's great to have you here to talk a little bit of Halloween. That bracket was fun, but a little long. So we'll come back to it on social media, as we said. So, but we got the first round, and we explained each reasoning on the first round pretty fucking well, I think. So kudos to you guys. Yeah. What else you got going on, man, before you go? Got anything you want to plug or talk about? Didn't you say you got something from Amazon?
Did I?
Yeah.
In our text chain? Oh, a Merkin. Yeah, so we'll be releasing this whole new line of Merkins come the first of the year. And if you guys don't know what Merkins are, they are false pubic wigs. So they come in handy, you know, whatever. If you're filming anything and you need that sort of wide 70s bush, we got you covered. So be on the lookout.
That's fantastic. It's good to know. I mean,
thank you.
You never know.
I'll send you a copy.
Please do, because you know it gets cold in the winter. You know, and you don't want to grow it out yourself all the time. You know, so.
Absolutely. It's no shave November coming up, so you gotta stock up for the winter.
I think I'm just gonna sell my pubes.
Maybe we could do a collab.
Mine would be a little. You would know which ones were mine. They're the gray ones.
The great ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, the gray.
Yeah.
Well, we should do a collab with Wayne Gretzky too.
Yeah,
the gray ones.
The great ones. Yes.
Those
Yes.
cold Canadian nights where you need a little bit extra. The gray ones.
A blanket for your pig. All right. Well, I guess that's it, everybody. This has gone off the rails as it usually does. But thanks, everyone. Have a happy, beautiful, safe Halloween. Don't get too drunk, but get drunk enough. And we'll see you as always. Thanks again, Spencer, for being here.
Of course.
Thanks, Brando, for putting together the bracket. And as always, till next time. Cheers.
God bless.